Alright. Shalom, shalom. Let me move my coat out the way. First and foremost, I'm going to say, Call Halayim Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim HaKakdash Barakatham. And double honors to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. It's your little brother here, Shema Shawan. What a quick one. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 11. Now Joshua, he dies in the next chapter, but he's telling the children of Israel and lacing them up and telling them, hey man, keep fighting on, because in the book of Joshua they did a lot of campaigns against the Canaanites, and it's kicking them out of the land. And they, of course, let me see what comes after. They continue. I'm just gonna say that they continue, obviously, in certain pieces of land they didn't take. You got the book of Judges, other pieces of land we took and some we couldn't take, and the deal. Joshua chapter 23 and 11. Take good heed therefore unto yourselves, that ye love the Lord your power. Else, if ye do in any wise go back and cleave unto the remnant of these nations, even these that remain among you, and shall make marriages with them, and go on unto them, and they to you. Meaning, having your son marry them and become wise, or taking your daughters and doing political marriages and becoming all buddy, which if we were to do that, then we would, obviously go off, because then we'd be passing our statutes and laws to them, and they'll only do part of it, and whatever they don't want to do, they won't do it. It'll become madness, and we'll follow them, and and we'll do and leave our statutes, laws, and commandments and follow their ways, and it will just become madness. All right, that's why we were told not to do this. All right, so really to protect us, because when you read here, know for certainty that the Lord your power will no more drive out any of these nations from before you. So if we follow these other nations, then they wouldn't be driven out from before us, but they shall be snares and traps unto you. Okay, and scourges in your sides and thorns in your eyes, until you perish from all this good land which the Lord your power hath given you. So hey, if the Lord is saying this, man, if you start following these guys, man, well, you're gonna get the pain, man. The Most High is gonna, use these heathens, all right, to be a trap and a scourge onto you if you follow their ways. All right, and tying it back to today, man, if you follow their ways, you start taking this vodka, all right. One, if you take the vodka, you're gonna have to take a vodka the rest of your life. That's number one. Number two, the vodka has horrible side effects, as we've seen. It doesn't work, and it's against the commandment. So you put all those three things together, the Lord is gonna jack you up, man. And he'll jack you up however way the Lord sees fit. He'll give you a disease. He might kill you immediately. One guy said he felt his faith leave his body when he took it. So that's not something to play around with, man. Okay, but when you read here, snares and traps unto you, yeah, the ways these heathens are snares and traps unto you. All right, and I want to focus this on the on the colleges, man. So let's see here. Average college tuition by date. So this is annual tuition. So this is every year. Most people go to a 4-year institution. So let's see here. Average tuition across 4-year tuitions. So let's see, 2018 is 28,000. So 28,000 times 4 is like nearly 120,000, give or take. All right. So by state, let's go scroll down to our state, New York. So private 4-year in-state tuition and fees. That's a public, out-of-state, private, and public. So let's go down here. So obviously for New York, private is 40,000. Yeah, and this really depends on how many scholarships you got. If you're if you're I don't really know how to explain it. Like, you gotta be, you know, a so-called Negro, Hispanic, or Native American. They'll give you money for that. All right, because this is really to trap us. So they offer these scholarships to get Negroes in here, and they do a lot of these scholarships are for women. All right, because they want women into these things because it's used for America to push their agendas, man, their feminist agendas to destroy the black family, which they've already done. They've got what they wanted, man. They really have done a number on us with our family systems. All right. But you see, it's a trap, man. This is a lot of fucking money, and this is like no tuitions at all. This is why you don't go to these fucking colleges, man, because the tuition is through the fucking roof. Look at some of these, and this is for 1 year, so you're gonna be doing 4 years of this. Okay, out of state tuition, tuition and fees. You know, I mean that's 20,000. I mean that's 80,000 for the 4 year. This one, 40 times 4 is 160,000. And this is for public schools. Public schools are a bit cheaper, but they're not always reputable. So you know, this whole thing is it's a big money making scheme. Deuteronomy chapter 12, um, verse verse 29. When the Lord thy power shall cut off the nations from before thee, whither thou goest to possess them, and thou succeedest them and dwell in their land. Okay, which did happen. You know, as I said, in the time of Joshua. I believe also in the time of Judges we did some conquering as well, but don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. Definitely, you know, in the time of Samuel, we did more conquering, of course. But, you know, I want to stay on topic. Deuteronomy 12 verse 30. Take heed to thyself that thou be not ensnared. Let's go to possess them. Yeah. Take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them. After that they be destroyed from before thee, that thou inquired not after their gods, saying, how do these nations serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise. So once these nations are destroyed, you know, don't follow them in the context. But you know, tying it back today, man, don't be what the fuck? Get the hell out of here. Alright, don't be inquiring after these heathens and asking them about their ways. Don't be, you know, asking Brad where the party's at, man, or asking Becky where she's gonna be Friday night, and you try to kind of follow her to the party. Nah, man. Alright, that's fucking foolishness, man. Alright. Verse 31. Thou shalt not do so unto the Lord thy power, for every abomination to the Lord, which we know, such as being, you know, Deuteronomy 22 and 5, wearing the, you know, dresses, man in a dress, woman in pants, you know, backyard boogie, battering rams, you know, which that's another way of saying, you know, that sort of thing. As we know, I'm trying to be circumspect here. Adultery, okay, for every abomination to the Lord which he hateth have they done unto their gods, meaning that they dedicated to their gods, and they do that, man. Did it back then, all right, and these people here, they do it now. All right, for even their sons and their daughters, they have burnt it in the fire to their gods. So as I said before, the adultery, they committed that and then dedicated it to their false idols. Okay, then now they do that again today, and they just dedicate it to their god Bacchus, all right, to their false idol Bacchus, whether willingly or not. They dedicate it to Pan, all right, with the rap music. Pan was the false god of music. All right, I should think Pan and Bach are the same, but I haven't really gone into it in a minute. But that's the kind of time these guys are on, man. These guys worship the Bacchus, man. They worship demonic, you know, entities, these fucking false gods and shit. You know, every abomination to the Lord, these heathens, you know, they do, and they do it here in these colleges, man. These women, they do all sorts of abominable acts. They do it with many different dudes, you know, and they doing it willingly or unwillingly. They're doing it to, you know, false idols, man. They also do that too. Um, serving false idols, man, and yeah, that's why we call it these college parties the Feast of Bacchus, man. They drink beer out of animal carcasses. Yeah, they have beer pong. They get in these tight little rooms, and they play drill music, and they'll just dance up and down. That's fucking demons, man. They go crazy in there. They fucking you know they sleep around. Women sleeping with all these different dudes and shit. Dudes on other dudes, and it get fucking weird, man. Cornell Gorge suicides. So this is actually in my area. The Cornell Gorge suicides were a series of suicides at Cornell University beginning in the 70s, including a high-profile cluster of 6 suicides in the 2009 to 2010 school year. The suicides occurred on bridges that span several gorges on Cornell's Ithaca campus. So, all right, so if college is so good, man, that's how we know their ways is a snare unto us, man. These heathens' ways, man. Nothing good in these colleges. Um, there's nothing promised to you. Okay. Um, these colleges, when you're done, you don't get your dream job. You're paying for something. So the way business works, the way business is supposed to work is, say I sell gems, right? And you want a certain gemstone. All right, I say, all right, man. I got the gemstone right here for you, man. But I'm gonna need, let's see, I'm gonna need me like 15 shekels, bro. They say, all right, I'll give you 15 shekels. I get my shekels. All right, I put the shekels in my little bag, and I give him the gem. That's a business relationship. That's bartering. All right, that's well, not really bartering. You know what I mean? That's like technic, whatever. It's money. It's an exchange. It's a business exchange. Okay, but you don't get that at this American scam, the American fool system called a college. Now, the reason people go to college is to get a dream job, but since people don't get their dream job, they seems like they get to fall off bridges, which I think I've crossed this one before. There's a couple of these, across the city, these bridges, and now they, as you can see, they got little railings on to keep people from falling off. But here you don't get your dream job, man. All right, you get to work for 4 years. You're working honestly more than an average salary man. All right, sometimes up to, depending on your class load, you get one credit is 3 hours. So say you're doing a 15 credit year, you're working an average of 45 hours per week, sometimes 50 to 60 hours per week. It really depends, because sometimes these fucking teachers go way above the credit limit for how much work they're supposed to give. All right, or the work can be confusing. It's really it's a fucking pain. My last thing I want to bring up here, let me see how I'm doing on time. This is the last thing I'm gonna bring up real quick. They're also doing this thing with the health pass. A lot of schools, they're making it progressively harder for unvaccinated people such as myself, because they're gonna have to fucking kill me. That's just the way it is, man. All right, they're not sticking me with shit. All right, and they're not putting no fucking chip and say sort of kind of. Listen, you're just gonna have to just leave me in prison, man. It is what it is, man. Like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. All right, because you know the deal, man. But Lord's will, I have the spirits to say the right things in those days, or maybe not even say anything at all. Really, silence says a lot, man. But open. So this is one college. I don't know where this college is, and I don't really give a fuck. But this is just an example of what they do. They make, so both vodka and unvodka, they have to take a daily health survey, and of course, they ask you about symptoms or whatever. You can really lie and say no, 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 on all the symptom questions, and you get a green, and then they make you test every week. You have to go pick up a test, and you have to go do the test, and you have to go sign up and get it connected to some sort of fucking database and shit, and then you hand it in, and then you gotta fucking wait and get your test results back, and then they give you your shit back. It says you're cleared, And you do that all the time. It's a bit of a fucking pain in the ass having to, first pick up the item. When you do these tests, there's no food or water. You can't eat food or water for 30 minutes. So you have to like plan that out, so then you have to, of course, well, for me, I spit inside the thing and then I give it to them and I put it in a little drop down bin. But it's difficult. They make it difficult. Sometimes if your results don't come in on time, you're fucked. If your result is delayed by any means, um, that's your ass, man. You're not gonna be able to get any food or really anything, man. So yeah, that's all I want to say. Is these ways are snares unto us, these heathens' ways. I don't follow their gods, don't follow their ways, don't follow their commandments. Go on these card systems. Yeah, fuck this nigga right here, man. But yeah, I want to say, kahalai. No, hold on. Panya hakodam. Ah, shit, I say rise. I forgot to say rise. Alright. Kahalai Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Harakakadash. And Lord willing, the video was edifying. Wanted to keep this one a little bit short. And Lord willing, it was, edifying. Shalom.